Okay, hold on. We're gonna experiment with something. Oh. Ah. There we go. Nope, 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 nope. Get it out of here. Get it out of here. Fair, fair. Yeah. No, we're 100% live. I did tell everyone.
Are you? Oh.
But I forgot to turn desktop audio on, so nobody heard anything you were saying.
Nice.
Dear
Is it on now?
God, but that's
Is it
the
on
My
now,
best.
at least?
forgetfulness saved us.
Oh, okay.
Banter.
Well, is it on now?
Yeah, it's definitely on now.
Can I start or
I mean, you could. You could try.
I could try. All right. Man, how do we do this, dude? I don't know. Well, welcome back for episode 15. You're looking at me like it's not It's not like
No,
live. Or
everything
something.
is live.
I have
Everything's
no idea.
recorded. Me
So now-
pranking
no,
you
it's
is
not
just
a matter of
pranking
it-
myself.
Okay.
But now here's the problem, though. Here, so now this is going to continue. I need a little red flashing something on my screen.
On air.
Otherwise- on air, exactly, like a little neon thing.
How about Nick just screaming, "Hey, you're live! Please start the D&D."
So is it live?
Yeah, it's,
yeah.
it's definitely
It's
live.
It's still live.
Yeah, it's now
Okay,
definitely.
gotcha.
It's definitely live now.
All right. Okay. Now let's start.
Yeah,
Recording
meatball.
Live? Is it
Super live?
recording though?
Yeah, it's
recording.
recording. I told you it was recording. That's the first
You
thing
can
I
hear
did.
us. You can
All right,
hear
okay,
us.
got
It is,
right?
All right,
guys. Tonight we don't have anything planned. It's going to be an hour and a half of just this.
Bickering? No, absolutely not. We're gonna
He
start
deals
off
with that at home
with.
already.
Oh my God! Here we go.
Here we go. Dylan, how you feeling?
Feeling great. Feeling fantastic.
Mike, what about you?
It's not patronizing at all.
Got my voice back, and I'm ready to go spelunking down a well.
Spelunking down a well.
That's what it sounds with your voice back.
Later.
Ugh.
My God.
What, Dave?
How you feeling, Ash?
Feeling better than last time. Happy to be back. Excited to dive into all this craziness.
Big T.
Big T. I'm excited. I'm excited to see where things go, where this kind of ends, and what's in store for Hope, and maybe who's to come after, and yeah.
What about the old Girthquake Nick over there? How you feeling?
Yo, 8-0
Whoa.
chill from my man tonight. Whoa! All right, I'm doing great, and thank you for that giant ego boost. That was amazing. So yeah, dude. Honestly, like,
that's funny.
more than anything, I care about my man's Hope, who I feel is a swarthy but wayward lad who has perhaps been misguided by this like Xerxes demon goddess lady, whoever she is. She sounds kind of cute, but I don't want to know her because she's taking my friends away from me. So we're gonna see if we can talk some sense into him, and if not, I have to grease his ass. I'm sorry. No, yeah.
You can
What
certainly
about
try.
what about you, Timbo Slice? We've been playing phone tag like for the past like 6 days.
Yeah, and we still haven't gotten a hold of each other.
I know it's-
I'm feeling anxiety. I have a lot of anxiety over the leaving of what I would say key party member, a potential leaving. Um, and I have thought nothing but this for like a couple weeks now, and I'm just interested to see how it turns out.
well, it's going to turn out
Spoken.
fabulous, absolutely fabulous. So, can I start?
How's Mike feeling?
I did ask Mike, but like everybody was talking over him.
Oh.
Mike doesn't really have a real strong command presence about him. Really doesn't pull.
Kind of a shrimpy shrimp.
I just want to play,
So-
man. Can we start? We're live. Can we start?
All right, we'll start, Mikey. I got you. I understand. All right, we'll start. So,
Does my look smaller to you guys? He looks a little smaller.
Oh
these
my
days.
god, stop.
especially in the
Bro,
chest.
you're both
All right,
brolic,
so-
alright? You're both very pretty. Start.
All right. So, anyways, last we saw our group. They were fighting tooth and nail on 3 separate battlefronts. One at the entrance of this mysterious dark cave that they attempted to venture through at the start of their adventure. Deep down in the dungeons beneath the new city, the newer side of the city of Whalehaven, and then finally in the town center, around a quaint water well, a battle took place between Bliss the vampire and his motley crew of guards and tieflings. Yorig, Zula were able to confront some of the other lesser vampire fledglings in the bowels of the dungeon, with a few of this ravenous ghouls. Unfortunately, the citizens, like this, the common folk, and unfortunately, our trusty mastiff Elvis were torn to pieces and consumed by the ghouls. And then back to the front of the cave, where I think it was the largest scale battle out of the 3. The bullywugs, the tarantulas, Kashta, and Orin were able to scare the living hell out of the Wendigo and chase it back into the cave. Seeing as that you've made it to this point, you're about to venture into new and uncharted territory. What are each of you, your groups, going to do? And we are going to start with, you know what we're going to do? We're going to do like this. We're going to do like this. I'm going to roll a... Team 1 is the cave. Team 2 is the dungeon. Team 3 is the well. So we're going to start with the cave. So there are This flesh golem is just torn about, falling apart at the seams in a mess of just body parts and bone and rotting flesh. These spiders are torn apart. There's giant hunks of arachnid goo and webbing all over the place. You can see the ornery shepherd is quite visibly upset, if you can tell. If you could tell based on his face. The Bullywugs are standing strong and proud, noble warriors in their own right, surviving this onslaught of harpies, the giant flesh golem, and the Wendigo. Orin looks over towards Kashta and back and forth between the ornery shepherd and Chief Ababu. What do you do?
May we see the map, oh glorious daddy of DMs, so I
Sure.
can see where I is.
Doesn't make much of a difference, but here it is.
Oh, it makes all the difference, because I like viewing the glory of the slaughter. So I seem to remember my last move was like using frost or ice knife to slay these the guardians. So I kind of like pick myself up off the ground. I very cursory check for injuries, and I look over to Kashta. I say, "We did it. We've slayed them. Should check in with the others."
I think we should proceed with the plan. We have to go into that cave. Do not forget, the Wendigo has fled. Right where we need to go.
We can't just leave it be. That's madness. I can only be driven so far. Guess the one place that I've ever feared in this valley to go back into is the one place we need to be. I'm the god. Let us go in, Kashta. One last time. I very reluctantly, freeze my hands up again, and I'm ready to go. So.
Yeah, I'm also ready to go, but I would ask Chief Babu if he could heal anyone who needs healing, because he is a healer.
So, Babu, he healed. All right, so I got you. So he's going to tend to everybody for the most part. The Bullywugs are full health. Everybody is full health. I'm not sure about you or Orin. If you are, just direct him towards him, and he will take care of it.
I'm healed.
I also, I just want to go over to the ornery shepherd, if I can address him. Being that he is pained, I know that we didn't get along too well when we first met, but I just want to acknowledge his loss and be like, they died protecting something sacred. Died for a good cause. I hope you know that this will not be forgotten. Honorary shepherd. And I just kind of leave him with that.
And he kind of just looks over, and he turns his shoulder real quick with his cloak. He just walks towards the entrance of the cave.
Yuck.
Yeah, can this guy with the bright light lead us, or
Why, yes. What would be the marching order for you guys?
I'd say it'd be our what's his name? The Monungus, or what is it called?
You can call. He's been known as the Lantern, the Mendicant, the Beggar, the Light. He's been called many things.
I would put old Light Boy
Okay.
up front.
with the
And
two
then-
frogs?
Bullywugs,
Nope, the big bullfrogs.
the giant frogs.
Me and Koshta keep a 5-meter spread and flank. Either side, blip. Like
Okay.
that. And then everyone else behind.
Babu. Yeah, I would say Chief of Babu and the ornery shepherd, like with the
middle?
bullywugs. Yeah.
Gotcha. So, okay. And so everybody, they start walking towards the cave. The lantern zips up to the entrance and spins around. Are we ready to go?
Let us be on our way.
All right. And everybody kind of like falls into ranks. One of the Chief of Babu looks up to one of the giant frogs. He kind of like leaps up into the air, does a flip, and just lands on top of the frog. Starts riding the frog into the inside. He looks back towards Koshta. Kind of. Who has the cloak? The
I do.
Oh, yeah.
Koshta, join me. Extend his hand.
I would also mimic his acrobatics onto the other frog.
Gotcha. So you're able to you jump up the best you can. Frog isn't really slick, but you're able to pull yourself up and mount the frog pretty securely. So you begin walking through this cave. As you walk forward, it's very strange because at first the darkness doesn't retreat. But as the lantern gives off this bright light, this divine light, it almost like it's not so much the darkness falls back or is brightened or the light takes over. It's almost like inky in nature, and it's like the darkness seems like it's almost in pain as it crawls away from the source of this light. The ground is crunchy, gravelly, mostly loose sediment, and you begin to walk forwards. You can hear the gentle howl of just cool air whipping through the cave and around the stalactites and stalagmites. You can hear the very faint chittering of sleeping bats suspended from their feet in the ceiling, and now the substrate begins to change into crunchy yet soft and slick. You continue forwards. We're going to jump over to the dungeon real quick.
Dungeon.
Where Gorg, Zula, and Norm and Merle are all they're just covered in viscera and guts. There are two of these vampire fledglings that their bodies have just been tossed about the room, one laying over the couch, and this gruesome scene is lighted by the flickering light of a campfire, making you hear the cracking and the popping of the coals inside.
Just taking the guts and flesh off my face, and it's quite some battle, Zula. Ugh. Listen, there's one thing I do have to tell you. We can't let hope turn sides. We have to. I know Orin and others will try to defeat him and take him down, but we have to convince him to switch back to our side.
I agree with you. We can't have him go to that devil woman and have her take him. We just can't.
Do we know where we're going? Like, are we going through that trap door? Is that how we get to the
Yep.
We know that for a fact.
No,
Yes.
Oh, I thought that trapdoor was locked last time.
It was.
That's what I thought.
Oh.
So, assuming that's the only place we haven't gone yet, I'm going over to that trap door. I'm walking on over.
Before I follow you, I want to take my druid craft and I want to form a couple of lilies and kind of put them around, because I'm guessing there's really no dismangled bodies because they were probably eaten, and poor Elvis. So I want to almost do like a memorial for everyone that passed with these.
Merle is going to help. Merle is going to help. I suppose we should pay our respects the best we can. And he starts pulling bits of the bodies and lining them out. And he walks over to the couch and cuts a huge section of the tapestry of of the couch and lays it down over the bodies. And you put your little flowers on there.
Is Elvis there, or was he like fully dragged out?
It's recognizable that he's
Okay.
there.
So, what I want to do too is like I just want to bend down towards Elvis and like shedding tears, saying he was such a good boy, and just give him a kiss on his nose and put like a special flower on his head before Merle like fully puts the tapestry over them.
Damn, bro, you gonna like make tears come out my face. Dude.
Elvis was mine, and I'm sad that I missed him.
While you're doing this, you just feel this incredible divine, this innately good and righteous energy just literally collide with you. And these ordinarily, like the flowers, the bouquets that you're able to create, they become even more vibrant and large and dense. It's just the floral display is just absolutely incredible, more than you've ever been able to do. And those of you who are in the room can't help but notice that there is a sparkling gold energy that is being pulled from the door, the trap door, away from the door and into Zula.
Oh.
Damn.
For a second, I thought you were gonna
like trying to understand what's going on.
Do I feel this? Do I like feel this like energy, or is like everyone else seeing it, and I'm just like in an immense mourning?
You feel like you're mourning and you have these intense feelings, but you feel this like intense power of like holiness and righteousness that is just filling your body, and the divine energy that magic that you're ordinarily able to pull from nature has become even more empowered, at least for this moment. Everybody else who's around the room is just seeing this flickering golden energy just like radiate around Zula and from this trapdoor.
Then I just like bawl. You have this hormonal pregnant woman bawling right now, and and I just sit there feeling this energy, just knowing that it definitely was probably from the souls of those in Elvis. And I look over to Jorgen and I say, we gotta figure out how to get to that trap door. There's something coming from that trap door over there, like volunteers.
I'm just holding up my magical keys. I'm like, I got this.
All right.
Oh my God, stop. Okay, so
Before I go over to that door, I forgot about this. I wanted to grab that mirror on the table in the vampires. I guess you could call that.
We already grabbed that.
I have the mirror.
yeah.
Oh, you already have that mirror. Okay,
Yeah.
never mind. It's just sitting there. I thought there was another one.
Full of a toque.
Oh, I was gonna say, is there? I know that I took some last time, but are there still some like leftover moonflowers in the room,
No.
or any type of floral? No. Okay, just making sure. Okay, so I like I get up like even slower than my normal Zula pace. Just again full of this radiating mourning and holiness that I'm feeling, and I get up to follow you to the trapdoor.
Over to the trap door. Whistle to bring my Eldritch Cannon with me as well, and seeing if it's still locked or not.
It is definitely still locked, but the shield, that force field that was around it, is now just flickering, just barely there. It's more like a haze, and you can still see now just a slight stream is still heading towards Zula. It's swirling around her, but not nearly as intense as it was when she was laying the flowers down on the deceased.
Maybe.
Zula, can you open this door?
I don't know. That's what I was just gonna say. Maybe there's something that I can do. So before I try to attempt any spell or anything, I just want to try to open it.
Your hand is repelled from this force field.
Okay. So it looks like I can't fully open it, but maybe there's something that we can do. Maybe Norm can come over here and help me out as well.
Before I hear Norm stepping over, I try to use one of my magical keys in the door.
So it's like almost like pressing when you have the magical keys. It's almost like pressing a key or pressing an object into like a water balloon, where it's just kind of like the resistance is there, and it kind of the force field kind of just takes form.
Like the same sides of a magnet.
So
Kind of like
you
that.
said the force field's like
Yeah.
flickering. I'm able to like time it where like it flickers, and I'm able to like get through, or no?
Make a religion check.
Bro, I'm amazing at religion.
I give you
That
advantage.
is 11 plus my religion modifier, which is
0.
5. 16.
Wow.
16. Okay.
There you go.
All right. You're able to discern that this magical barrier is is celestial in nature, and the reason it was pulling away and it's become weaker because there was a ceremony, or there was an act, or there was a spell that was cast in its proximity that is also good in nature. It wants to flood towards the good act or spell or whatever that thing is.
Zula, can you do more? I hate to say this word because this word doesn't exist, but can you do more unexplained science that can bring good energy into this room right now?
I think the best. It's gonna take us a couple minutes, but I have a couple mistletoe left over, and I can sit here and do my good berry spell, and maybe that can help it. If I
I
sit
think if
here
you
and
do that
flowers.
not spell, I think if you do that chemistry recipe, that it will work, and we can open this trap door.
Can't you just open up your eyes a little bit? I was not like this until I prayed to my moon god. There is some things out there that you just can't explain.
You are such a
believe
silly
it-
girl. Explain yet. Explain yet.
Oh, I'm silly. Don't you want this door open?
Let's not bicker right now.
God. Fucking gnomes.
Okay. So I do it like an intense way. I ask Merle to come over to like help me like basically make like a podium, and I'm gonna like I'm gonna like put some flowers around, and I'm gonna sit there with my mistletoe and everything and start my like 10 minutes of making more good berries
Is a ritual.
as a ritual. Yes.
So you start that. You can see as you bring something, something into existence that isn't bad. It's just purely good. It's something that gives people nourishment. It's beneficial. It's part of nature. It's of nature. It pulls the last remaining bit of energy that's holding this force field together into your good berries. Each of those good berries now gives 2 hit points instead of 1.
Very nice.
Hey.
So
You can
what?
see that
Spell's going on. Oh, I see it go now.
Just takes off. There's no more force field.
So now I'm shoving this key into the lock. I think I got 6 of them.
I gotcha. As you hold this key above a hole that looks like it's too small, the key just magically shrinks and changes shape and fits just perfectly into the lock as you go to turn it. I need you to make a...
Roll a d20.
Oh, is that what the magic keys do?
So magic key is you get to set the pace, but it's only a 5% chance it opens up. That's why I made so many of them.
Okay, gotcha. Roll d20.
And I'm rolling. Oh, there we go. Rolling a
At
d20.
5%?
Yes,
All right. Snap.
I got 6 of them. So let me know. Let me know if that works. You say no?
Yep. Nope.
All right, so I'm fumbling through the keys and I'm doing another one. Whoa.
Oh. Close.
Rolling again.
I feel like I'm in
Not gonna roll
Skyrim
20.
Bro.
snapping lockpicks.
So I just let you know,
Does it say it
the key-
works?
the key still is intact if it doesn't work. So I could use it on another door later on. But if it works, it disintegrates.
Okay, gotcha. So you're going to keep trying it. All right.
Well, I only have
You
one
have
more. 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 2 more chances. Fuck. No.
Ugh.
So at this point,
Did you call it
As
magic
you're-
key?
As you're leaning towards the trap door and you're trying all the keys and you're throwing back on the ring, notice that in the center of the trap door, there is an inlaid star, like a pentagram. It appears that there is a small piece that is missing the center of the trap door.
well, this is a bit awkward, Sula, but the reasons why my keys aren't working is because we're obviously missing this piece. Do you see it looks like a pentagram around somewhere.
Let's see. Oh, I want to say we saw something like that last time we were here. Hold on. And I start looking around. Is it like right in front of us, right here?
I'm
Or
going
is
to.
that the trapdoor door?
It's a trapdoor. All right.
That's the
I am
trapdoor,
going
yeah.
to switch
We
over.
did
I'm going to
see
leave this.
it.
I'm going to leave this map open. You guys can just kind of formulate where you want to look. I'm going to switch over to Well, and the 2 tieflings, Bliss, Frig, and the remaining guards.
Oh, we're staying on this map so they can decide everything. All right. I'm going to let everyone know there is not enough time. We have to chase this guy down the well. And I'm going to get up right next to the well first to see if I can see the bottom.
Make a perception check.
$23.
Dang.
You can see that it's about 25 to 35 feet down. Or you can see any sort of shimmering, you see like the shimmer of like liquid, like water.
Is there a rope next to the well? Usually wells have like ropes and buckets.
There's a bucket and a rope. Just
Bingo. Let's see. What's the best way to do this? Is there any way to secure the rope onto something that's right next to the well?
let's say that it's one of those wells that have the
The thingy on top?
yeah, well, that's some good trivia. That's a good trivia question. What is the wooden
Thingy on
thing on
top.
top of the well?
If that's already attached and secured, I'm going to get the rest of the party to follow my lead one by one down said well.
As you're walking towards the well, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Uh-oh, this already is starting terribly. Oh my god, with an 8 modifier and I roll 11.
Okay. A shimmering blue energetic field opens above your head. A heavy sack falls out of the sky and strikes you on top of the head, dealing 1 point of bludgeoning damage. Sack falls to the side. It's relatively heavy. It appears to be a sack of flour. Pinned to that stack of flour is a note.
Well, what's it say?
So you unroll the note, and written, it's addressed to you. It's from Hope, and it's a very hastily written letter, as if somebody wrote the letter frantically in a great haste. And it says, "Please bring this flour to dinner. You'll know what to do."
What? This guy leaves us and now wants to reunite for dinner? What's wrong with him? I'm gonna throw the flour in my sack, not even knowing where dinner is, and gonna proceed to go down said well.
Oh, Bliss, don't you suppose if this flour is so important, you're one of our sneakier fellows in the group, maybe one of our guards can carry the flour for you. Be more than happy to carry it.
Well, I don't know. It says it's very important that I need to carry it. How heavy is this flour sack?
Probably like 20 pounds.
Yeah, you're too weak for that.
All right, I'll hand it over to Ulfrig.
Okay, and he kind of pulls over one of the guards, and guards like, and he throws it over his shoulder, and he's carrying this sack of flour for you.
Probably a good idea. I did not hold on to that. And down the well I go.
We'll see about that. So you walk over to the edge, you give it a tug, you hear the creak, creak. You give it a little bit of faith, and you hold on. Do you slide down or do you climb down?
I want to climb down because I want to examine if there's like a hidden tunnel before we get to the water part.
Make an investigation check. Oh my god.
15.
Okay. As you're climbing down the rope, there clearly is a tunnel that it's in the side of this well.
So obvious. I'm going to relay that information to the group and one by one have them like rappel style down nice and slow just so they don't end up passing this because I don't know how well their vision is in the dark.
Right. And then he kind of pulls the guards over. One by one. Wait up top. The Fret, the female tiefling, she comes down first. She slides down with absolute grace and almost as like a almost not like a slide, but she's able to swiftly jump from the rope into the tunnel. The older tiefling, however, is struggling and he requires some help. I can get some help descending down the rope.
Could I climb up? I'm assuming the tunnel's like halfway through, so it's like 10 feet down rather than 20?
It's about 15 feet down, yeah.
Alright, so could I climb up and support some of the weight marginally so he can get assisted way down?
Okay, so you're holding onto the rope. Ulfrig has this elderly tiefling and kind of positions him where he's like sitting on your shoulders, where he's able to hold the rope as you're able to climb down. But I'm going to need you to make an athletics check.
If I'm able to do this, there's no reason why I couldn't hold a freaking bag of flour.
Hey, so Dave, this is at the well with Bliss.
Yes.
Do we have a map showing that? I want to see where he is.
We already.
It's the other map so the guys can plan out. It's fine.
They're trying to look for something, and they're trying to look around.
It's a 14, Dave.
Okay.
So you can feel like the palms of your hands are they're rubbing very. It's not a pleasant experience. You're trying to hold on to this rope. The rope is the fibers are sharp, and but you're able to climb them down. Fret, she reaches over, she kind of pulls the rope in, and you're able to slide down the last couple of feet and able to get the other the elderly tiefling down, and then one by one, Ofric
Jeez,
has his
take
guards.
notes from your daughter, man.
Slides down. This cave appears to be recently, the recent being. I mean, there's not a lot of wear. It's not like it was excavated and the elements or the mildew and the dampness of the well has been able to round the edges. So it's still relatively new, maybe within the last couple of decades. You have dark vision. Ofrig reaches back, he lights a torch and hands it to one of the guards, and he kind of pushes the guard up front to take point. Ready to go? As am I. Brett?
Let's do it.
Kinda
Let's just take
nods.
it real slow.
She walks by, she kind of like lets a smirk run up her face, and she kind of gives Bliss a wink. Walk by.
Whoa.
I'm gonna jump back real quick to the dungeon. So where are you guys looking?
In the study.
Study. Okay, you're in the study.
Yeah, we're both in the study looking.
Okay. So where are you looking primarily? Like, where's your attention drawn to?
Zula, I'll check towards the fireplace and the couch, and you check towards the
I'll
desks.
check by the mirror, yeah. The desk and the mirror over here.
Okay,
Yeah,
Ashley,
okay.
make your investigation check, and Dylan, make your investigation check.
Investigation +8. So, oh man, I rolled like 25.
Sorry, just pulling up my thing now.
So we'll get to Ashley in a second. So you're looking around the fireplace, the base of the fireplace. You're not seeing anything. You're kind of running your fingers through the bearskin rug. Then you kind of want to look up on the mantle, but you're too short. Okay, an 18, I see it. There's a chair on the side of the room, and you push the chair in front of the fireplace. You're running your hand across the top, and still it's just dusty, and you're not feeling anything. Jump back down, and you put your hand in your chin. You're thinking. Look over at just like this fire, this beautiful fire. You can see in the back of the fireplace against the wall, the rear of the fireplace, like inside, there's a pentagram-like object that's embedded in the wall.
Zula, I found it.
Oh my goodness, okay, I'm coming over there right now.
Check it out. It's in the fire against the wall in the back.
Oh gosh, okay. I guess we gotta, is there any water or anything around here that we can put the fire out so we can grab it?
I grab the pentagram, casting absorb elements.
Hey.
Okay. So you don't take damage.
So actually, in order to do this, I would take probably like 5 gears and like spin them as fast as I can, so they're kind of like hovering around my hand in this like in a configuration of like just kind of the way like positrons and electrons float around an atom. Like that's how these gears are floating around my hand right now, and I'm just reaching in to grab this pentagram.
As you do, your hand just like you're trying to you're bracing for it to be hot, and you can feel the warmth, and even the hairs on your upper arm are starting to curl. And you reach towards the back, and you can feel it, and you slide it out gently. And as you pull your hand out, just a little bit of the fire, you can see that the gears have become like orange hot as they're still going around your hand.
Like, yeah. Check it out.
I give you a high five. Like that. That-
I'll
my
have to.
small
I'll get on my
sniper.
tippy toes and receive that high five.
Wait, should I
Elvis's
roll-
corpse spontaneously combusts.
I was gonna say, should I roll to make sure that I don't just like slap him? No.
No, you're all set. So
Like,
you guys
"Oh,
celebrate.
shoot."
You celebrate
Yeah.
for just like the good fortune finding it. It seemed like for the very first time, you guys, the first place you look, you guys found what you needed. Now you have what you believe to be the key for this trapdoor.
That is amazing. Let's go over there.
Just a little bit of gnome luck, and I scurry over as fast as I can, almost like a fast waddle over to the door, and toss that into the center.
I go the fastest I can as a sloth.
As you press this piece in there, it's almost like a spring of a clock being unwound. You hear like a boing, and it goes and it goes click 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 click. You look down, you can just hear this like you just feel a big puff of just like cold air come up from down below, and you can feel like the dampness, and you're just listening. You can just hear the echoes of just like chittering creatures and vermin just like running, and along the backside of the on the hinge side of the trapdoor, there is a ladder that appears to be going down into the dark.
So
Wow. Zula, I think this is where we have to be very careful. I'm not the confrontational type, so you should lead us down there.
You also want me to lead us down there because I'm a little bit bigger, don't you?
Like I said, I'm not the confrontational type, and I need blocking.
Earl
I take it back.
joins in. Earl joins in real quick. Would you look at that shite? What do you suppose we're going to see down there?
I don't know, but here we go. And I cast my druidcraft again so that everyone can have a torch to walk down so that we can see a little bit since it's pitch black down there.
Craft doesn't work in that particular way.
Hold on. Yes. Oh, is it campfire that it does it too? But I can. Okay, so I can find a piece of wood and create a fire on it.
Like I could use my torch.
Would you look at that shite?
Where's this air?
So I'm going to have my Eldritch
Yeah,
Cannon.
Light or snuffed out a candle, a torch, or a small campfire. I can instantly do that.
Okay.
So yes,
gotcha.
I can do it.
You can light it. Okay. You're lighting a torch?
Yes.
So you light a torch. Zula, you begin to head down. Oh, this is quite peculiar. I suppose a Yorick maybe. Next time we find ourselves one of these trapdoors or such, perhaps maybe you should let me give it a try. Seeing you struggle with them keys and quite clearly investigating the door itself first could have possibly led to we could have alleviated the trial and error of those keys. And it's quite curious. I've never seen this shield effect that over the door. It's just repelling, and it's repelling, but it's good. And
As he's talking, I'm spinning a gear as fast as I can, so it creates a lot of friction and heat to light my Eldritch Cannon, and it's gonna fire off in towards all of us to give us 7 temporary hit points.
I quite feel invigorated. I suppose you might have to sit me down and show me how you constructed such a fine little contraption there. And, share schematics and blueprints.
Norm, why don't you hold that thought as we all? You know what? You take the anchor. I feel safe with you behind us, making sure everything's going according to plan.
Right, yes, right. All right, after you. Zula heads down.
And I go, I think we should all stay quiet while we're going down, just in case anyone's down here. We want to make sure that we have the element of surprise, right, guys?
Is that why you're a sloth? It took you that much time to figure that out, that we should be quiet?
Excuse me, you have Norm over here who's still talking your ear off. So why don't you tell that to your nice normal friends while I go down here? Because you won't go down here first. And I step down.
Okay, Zula starts heading down. Earl jumps in. All right, here we go. And he starts climbing down the ladder, followed by Yorig and Norm. You guys start descending down to the cool darkness. Those of you with dark vision, it's almost like a staticky gray haze. There's nothing discernible around you. The walls appear to be, it's not like it's a tunnel. It's almost like it's flat and everything around you is this expansive space. You can't really see the end. You continue down, down, down. But you can see this at the very bottom. There is some sort of unnatural light that's coming from the floor, several dozen feet below, and it's kind of this orangish kind of color. We're going to head back to the cave. As you guys are walking down the cave, and the soil and the sediment begins to change, becoming more slushy, you start to notice that piles and piles and piles of bat guano and shards of bone. And it's slick, and it's as you walk through it, the fumes come up. There's dead vermin and dead baby bats, and it's just a foul place to be. As you look up towards the ceiling, as there are deviations in the height of the ceiling, you notice that as you look up at the bats, they're not normal bats. One of the bats is hanging upside down. It clearly has claws. It has wings on its back, and it's holding what appears to be a human hand, that's gently gnawing away, and it's shivering as it hangs up there. And you start to notice that these aren't normal bats, and they're just quietly just hanging there. As you look forward, you start to wind across. You start to notice a faint orange glow from one of the corners. You walk towards that light.
Is there a map that we may see of this situation? Must always be visually stimulated. Oh my god. That's terrifying. I don't want to see it anymore. Go back to the dungeon. Oh my god. Wow. Well, I'm totally like pooping myself right now. So Oren, so who has we're following the mendicant, right? He's our light source.
He's just flying through.
Fucking guy. Like he's not, like there's not murder like 10 feet in front of him. Yeah, okay. So I'm following, and then I'm just like, caves like this used to terrify me when I was a young lad.
Young lad, young lad, young lad, young lad. And then you can hear and something fall down from the ceiling, and it's a foot just like falls down into the guano, and all the bats, you see like a wave as they begin to quiver, and then all silent again.
So I like immediately cover my mouth, and I'm just like, I make sure that Kasha sees the foot. I'm like, you saw that, right? With my eyes, I'm just like, you fucking just saw that foot.
Yeah, and I'm just looking at you like, why are you yelling?
One of the bullywugs walking and slips and kind of catches himself. A swirling group of bats come down, and he's trying to... Spear falls to the ground, and you can see that just most of his body, he's trying to take a breath, his organs are hanging out, and they're just pulling pieces like flying piranhas just off of this bullywug as everybody just kind of like slowly walks back holding their spears. You know, they fly back up, just leaving like the leather and the bones and just.
Oh, fucking hardcore, my man. That was gruesome. So I'm just like, oh, the gods protect me in this place.
You guys are down to
So
5 bullywugs.
Great.
All right, so, how do we find this Wendigo? I literally just like.
I think
Under my
it's
breath.
how do we maneuver out of this little death trap that we're in at the moment without dying?
So, I literally, oh my god, Dylan's gonna bring his corgi on and distract me. So I just like pick up a small stone. I chuck it like to the far end of the room.
So you reach down into the guano, like almost elbow deep, and it's just like cool and it's slimy, and just the more you disturb the sediment, it's just the more of this like this disgusting nitrogenous smell just like poofs up into the air. You find a stone, and you look down, and a toss. It just goes, just sticks into just more guano.
Oh shit!
Say
Can
that's-
I see any of these bats? These murder bats?
You're seeing as the mendicant, the lantern is just kind of like floating around, and his light is cast at different angles. You can see that it has like a partial like kind of like human face with like these bat-like features, and they're like shivering. They're holding themselves together. Their wings are wrapped around them. They're about, I don't know, maybe 1.5 feet tall.
Can I cast Mind Vapor on one of them to force it to make a intelligence saving throw?
I guess.
Okay, so it has to exceed a spell save of 15.
Roll the 6.
Okay, so it is unable to distinguish between friend and foe and attacks one at random until the end of its next turn. Basically,
So-
trying to cause the commotion so we can scoot along.
So this thing just, this vapor carries up into the air, wraps around this thing into its nose, and its eyes open and turn bloodshot, and its wings extend, its claws come out, and immediately digs its claws into the 2 nearest these bat creatures and just squeezes down. And as they try to flap, they wake all the other bats up, and they're all just darting across each other, trying to find out where this is coming from. As they're all screeching, they can't get a beat on what is what, because there's no like, everything is sudden. Their echolocation is off. One's screeching. The one that has its mind just like melting right now, just shouting like sending out these screeches that are just making the echolocation for these other bats just go absolutely haywire.
I
They're
book it
flying all over
to the
place.
light. Book it.
So, Koshta runs.
I am like on your ass, Koshta. I'm just like, wah!
Oh, Koshta,
Right there.
you're on top of this giant frog. The frog is, and just Babu's doing it too. All the other frogs are just like, almost like swimming, like sliding through this, just like muck. The ornery shepherd is just like crawling around. You can hear just like his sharp like talons on the end of his feet, just like clicking against like the substrate underneath the goo. Everybody makes it towards this light. Your eyes adjust, and you can see this room is just strangely lit. It's not by anything that you can tell is just giving light. It's just that it's hot. It's what you would expect, like smell like brimstone. You can smell like heat, sulfur. You would expect from a volcano. Like just
Ooh.
it's a very warm amber orange room.
Are we in the room now? And
You're up on a ledge. There's a ledge that horseshoe wraps around the room. There's an area that's maybe 15, 20 feet down, like the center, and on that center part goes off into another path, goes around a corner, and you can see the faint outline of a castle. Like think like a Transylvania castle, like underground.
so are we safe from the bats at this point?
You just see this like flying, like whipping, howling back and forth across the darkness. One of the bats like tries to fly into this room, and there's this light just vaporizes it, flies into like what you would expect, like those fireworks that kind of like shoot off like that.
Yeah.
It's not like a complete explosion. Falls down. This time you can see that the ceiling, the other side of the room, there is a ladder that comes down. You can hear somebody descending on this ladder. There's Zula.
Word.
Zula comes down, looks down.
Briefly, I would like to gather as much of the guano that I can, either off of the frogs myself or Orin's arm,
Sure.
and then search the room for the essence of the sulfur stench.
So there's just large like mineral deposits of just raw sulfur and salts and just like obsidian lining the room.
I want to take a sizable amount of both bat poop and salt.
Let's just say you get maybe like a softball size of guano and another softball size of sulfur, obsidian, just sorts of things. While you're doing that, there is another tunnel up on another ledge across the room where you hear the sounds of heavy plate armor clanging together. You can see a flashing torchlight as one of the guards pokes his head. Hey, I think I found something. The rest of the group comes forward, and you all meet up at this room.
Damn. I thought we'd lost you. We almost got pried apart by these bats. Let's make haste and get out of this place. Or move forward in this place.
Isn't it great to see all of you guys? Yeah, we gotta figure out how to get out of here.
Right, so...
I just want to let everyone know that we were following the vampire from the feast, and he turned into bat form and he came down this way.
There's a sword. I see a sword.
Yeah, I was gonna say... that sword catches my eye.
No big deal, everyone, but remember that locked door that we couldn't get through in the dungeon? I got through it. No big deal. I just want to say I got through it because
the reason we
I understand mechanics.
I don't know
no.
why that sword was there. So
No, the reason that we got
What?
through it is
Whatever,
because
Bob.
I had such greatness that came out that we got rid of the force fields. Yes, you got the piece out of the fire.
Well, we are just glad you're both here. And both willing to cooperate. It's that fucking Wendigo. Something similar.
that is where we're going to take a break. See you in 10 minutes.
And bro, I mean, all cranked up.
Are we Gucci? Are we
Yeah.
paused? Are we successfully paused?
Oh, we're taking a break,
Uh,
and we're back.
And we're back, and we're gonna jump right back into it. uh, One final battle. Before you die, what should I call you all?
You can call us the Misfits. And you, the Wendigo fuck, are dead! And I immediately, turn ice white with blue eyes, and I'm just, ready, dude.
In the center of the room, there's a spot that just erupts into black smoke and sizzling orange flames. And through all of that appears the Wendigo. And as he stands up and rears his head, he breathes in all of the smoke and fire and embers and just everything. And he grows about 5 feet in size.
Is he constantly breathing like that, or?
Oh, it's just like he just took in one big breath, just like the fumes, and he just grew.
Did he have a towel like he was about to take a big breath?
Kind of just rears his head and just breathed in real quick. I need everyone.
As that happened, I just whistled and had my Eldritch Cannon go over to where it is right now, and again, temporary hit points for the people 10 feet within it, which is 9.
All right, everybody has 9 temporary hit points over there. All right, I need everybody to roll some initiative.
You got it.
Mike, you got 9 temp hit points.
I just added it.
And Dave,
Right,
remember, I can run Meryl and Ofrig if you need me to.
Ofrig gets 9 extra temp hit points.
Run Merle and Ofrig.
Damn, Zula.
Basically, how it's gonna go, how it's gonna work is the NPCs, like the actual NPCs, are gonna go directly after. So,
Yeah, sounds good.
Ababu is gonna go after Kashta. The Ornery Shepherd is gonna go after Orin. Frigg is gonna go after. So it's gonna go like that.
Yeah.
All right, starting at the top of the order. Yorick, what is your initiative?
12.
12. Kashta.
12 also.
18.
18. Orin.
I'm an 11.
Yes.
Also an 11.
Earl. Gonna be your main guy, Nick.
Gotcha. Let me see if this works. Hey, 21.
Hey.
And then Ofrig is...
Those are the old.
Oh, gotcha.
Ofrig's what?
Ofrig is 14. I mean, they could go after whoever. I just thought you were asking them to roll initiative.
Okay. See? Pop up? Yes, it did. All right, let's get the battle tunes going. At the top of the order is going to be the Wendigo. And again, he takes this deep breath. He steps forward with his hoofed feet, and he points at the ledge with all the bullywugs as they arm themselves with their spears. And Ababu, and they all rear their spears up, getting ready to throw them. And he lets out this just cone, just hellish, black, inky darkness that just careens through the room, similar to the darkness that was inside the tunnel. I need, let me see, to be 60 foot. 60-foot cone. Everybody up on the ledge there is going to have to make a dexterity saving throw. They're going to make one throw for the bullywugs. Yes. $18, which is, believe it or not, a pass. All right, the giant frogs. 11, which is a fail. And then we're going to do Babu and the ornery shepherds together. Okay, so all the bullywugs make their save. They're going to take... Where's it? D8. 25 points of necrotic damage, which immediately just ages them to the point where they just turn to dust and all the bullywugs die.
Oh.
Oh, fuck.
Oh.
And they
Oh.
they made the
Christ.
save.
And they made the
Yeah.
save. The frogs failed. They took 50. So the frogs, again, they fall to a pile of bones. Babu and Ornery Shepherd are all incapacitated at 0 hit points. You can see that the Ornery Shepherd, the Wendigo drops down to a knee. It has to catch his breath before standing back up, and you can see he was obviously strained from this maneuver. Next up in the order is going to be Merle.
Oh, sorry. He's gonna do Hunter's Mark on the guy. I forgot I was playing for a moment.
There's Mark.
And then he's gonna come in with one longbow attack. Does
Okay.
a 13 hit?
Literally just hits.
Ooh, and hold on, what is Colossus Slayer? Would this apply here?
Yeah.
I'm looking for Colossus Slayer, but whatever. So 7 points of damage, and I'll roll a d6 for a Hunter's Mark. So 8 total.
Points of damage. As this arrow careens and embeds itself into its neck, the Wendigo just looks over and just literally just like the ichor-like blood, the black purplish blood that comes down from his collarbone. He scoops it up, and licks it with this enormous forked tongue, and chuckles. Next up are the guards. Mike, how do you want to command your guards? What would you like them to do?
I want them to primarily take Ulfrig's lead, because I'm not going to be controlling them individually, but I'll wait till my turn to get to do the thing I'm looking for. Which card has my flower?
It doesn't matter. You can.
All right. Well, I mean, I don't know.
which one.
Yeah, let Ulfrig control these guards, because I don't know what their abilities are.
Looks over and he sees that all of, like, the bullywugs turn to ash, and the air is just like filled with just the smoke of just their ash. And he goes, "Guards, defensive positions." All of the guards step forward, round Ulfrig, the tieflings, and Bliss, and they all interlock their shields together. Everybody behind the shields has 3/4 cover. That is their turn. Next up is going to be Zula.
Okay, so at this point, the Wendigo is still like on his knee, right? Like kind of down.
Just stood back up. He
just stood back up. Okay. So I am going to cast Entangled on him.
Entangled.
Entangled, so that he can't try to go near us. So yeah, and he has to pass a spell DC of 16 or stay entangled for his next turn until he can do a check again.
All right. He's gonna roll a strength check. 15.
So the Wendigo's entangled in my weeds.
These weeds shoot up from the ground and they start lashing up, and they try to hold on, and they grip it by both of the wrists. He's able to break free from one of them, but now these thorny roots and vines are just wrapping around his legs, restraining him just for the moment. Also, Mike, just for the record, as long as you're behind these guards as they're holding their defensive position, you get a +5 to your AC.
Oh, lovely.
The bullywugs are Dunzo. Next up is Yorick.
Sweet. I'm gonna. Yorick tentatively runs up to the edge of the cliff just so I can hurl an hourglass towards this monstrosity. Actually, no, I don't hurl it at him. I take an hourglass out of my pocket and I just kind of like smash it into the ground to cast Thunder Wave.
Thunder Wave. All right,
Let me
cool.
put that spell up there for everyone to see.
Like a cone or something. You can hear
Yeah,
it.
it's a 15-foot cone.
Con save. Awesome DC. So what's this guy's con at? Okay. Let's see.
Did you guys just try to click his attack?
I wanted to see the description.
Oh,
Do you want me to-
Got it.
Yeah, he said he was gonna throw it up, and he didn't throw it up.
Damn.
All right, it passes the it passes the
HTML
DC.
on me.
So it takes what, half damage?
It takes
It
half
passes?
damage,
So round
which
that up
is
to
9.
round that up to 5. Round that down to 5.
Dang.
Okay. You can see that just the thorny.
So it's also pushed 10 feet away from me on a failed save.
On a failed save. Okay, gotcha. So you can see that the roots and vines are just now digging into it, just tightening their grip, and you can see that wave, that crackling wave, just made its, I guess whatever effect it did before made its antlers and its body so more brittle, and you can see that crack of thunder just shattered all of the branch-like horns that are on its head. You can see its teeth are starting to fall out of its mouth. Next up is going to be Kashta. Unless you have something else?
Oh yeah, the actually no, I'm not going to. I'm good.
All right, next up is going to be Kashta.
Oh,
God.
man. All right, I'm going to move over here and spend 3 mind vapor die and force him to make a wisdom saving throw of 17.
All right, how big is his wisdom? It's +2. 6.
Oh, booyah. Are you? Oh, okay. Yep. Perceives me as his deepest fear and is frightened by me.
Hey, gotcha. It's looking towards you, and you can see it's trying to pull away from the thorns, but it's unable to break free at this moment. All right, next up, is that your turn?
Yeah.
Liz, you're up.
Man, after seeing those frogs get turned to ash, definitely don't want that to be near it. Gonna make sure I'm behind these shields, pull out my short bow, and use the shield to kind of like steady the bow. And
Okay.
go. Well, before I do that, I'm gonna take some of the flour that the guard has, take a nice big handful, and just put it in my pocket for now. Could I make a reaction if that guy tries to take another deep breath and he puts his head up and gasps for air? Can I like wrap this flour in cloth and throw it at him?
Oh yeah, but you can hold your action. Like you hold your action, saying like, "I'm gonna hold my bow, everything ready for that."
Yes. So I want to take a piece of cloth, wrap a bunch of flour in it, have it attached to my bow, and I want to hold that action if I see him taking another deep breath as he rears his head up.
Oh, you're looking over the shield. You reach and you pull a handkerchief. You scoop it out of the sack. You tie it real quick to the end of your arrow, and you line up the arrow, and you're holding steady on the shield.
That's
Next
right.
up is going to be Orin.
So it's my turn. God, have I got something coming for you, baby? So I step over here, and knowing that I have such a sordid history with this disgusting, hellish creature, knowing that my son, my only son, laid his life down just to try to attack this thing, I say, in the name of Helm, guardian and protector, I vanquish you! And I cast, with all the glory of the Nordic gods, Ice Knife from my very soul. And I
Alright.
embed it right into. If he had eyeballs, I would embed it into his eyeballs. Okay.
So it's gonna have disadvantage on the deck save because it's restrained. Okay. It's gonna make its disadvantage. First one, second one. So it's gonna take the lower 11, so it fails. So it's gonna take 1d10 piercing damage and then another 2d6 cold damage. 9.
D10 and then 2d6.
Okay, awesome. 16.
Nice,
So
good rolls.
you send this ice spike across the cavern, and it just embeds itself in its arm, the one free arm that's reaching up, and it embeds, and it looks down, and you can see it start to shake, and it explodes, and its arm just drops to the ground as it's just this bloody stump is just shooting this thick black sludge out of it. It screams and looks over at you. The rest of your turn?
Yeah, that's it. I can't twin that spell, so I think that's it.
All right, next up is going to be Ofrig, the veteran.
Oh,
Freak.
sorry. I was just thinking you can twin that spell if you. I don't know.
I can twin Ice Knife.
Yeah, because it's attached to a single target. Make a ranged spell attack against a target. Twin spell is for single targets.
Boy, okay. Oh, then I respectfully add to my turn another motherfucking Ice Knife.
Respectfully.
Seeing that, like, he is just, like, on his he's on the ropes, I just wheeled up my other hand, and I launch another one into his other eyeball.
All right, it rolled an 8. It failed its deck save.
Yep. 1d10,
Also-
2d6. Oh, yeah.
So just keep track of your sorcery points and keep track of your spell slots, please. All right, so go ahead and
Is this
roll 1d8,
still one?
1d10, 2d6.
Okay.
Oof.
3 and then 8. All right, another 11. This embeds itself in its lower side. You can see it just explode, sending fragments of just bone and just like cuts off to the side. It drops down with its one free hand, and it kind of picks itself back up, just barely standing. Next up is Ofrig.
Alright, yeah, and sorry for being slow on the draw with Merrill and Ofrig. I'm not used to hearing those names and collecting them with my name, so. Dave, I also need your help on this. Since you know Ofrig better than I do, would he be the one to charge in on this thing after seeing all the bullywugs incinerated? I don't know how courageous this man is.
He is very, very courageous, and he's a man of integrity and bravery and honor.
Okay,
So I would not. I definitely wouldn't put that past him.
All right, so check this out. We're gonna do something sick then. He's not gonna make it there in one full turn, but he's gonna get there, and he's just gonna be like, "Men," or I mean, you could dictate it however you want, but he's gonna be like, "Charge!" And he whips out his javelin, and he just starts like, with a bonus action rage, like during that, and he's just gonna like Spartan spear. Chuck it at this dude.
Short of the one guard that is working with Bliss right now, the other 3 guards they use their I guess they'll use their reaction. We'll call it like a charge reaction.
Okay.
It makes sense and it's fun. They dash also towards the Wendigo.
Oh, if I'm able to get in melee range, I'll rescind the javelin to be the great axe.
Sure, let's do that. That sounds cool.
Okay,
Real
okay,
cool.
yeah. So he charges in with his great axe in hand, and just like raging, he takes a leap off one of like the stalactites and just full force, full body cleave into this thing.
Awesome. You have advantage on that attack because it's
Tangled.
he's restrained right now.
All right, I'll roll twice. So 21. Does that hit? I finally got to do that to the DM.
Feeling.
So that's 4 slashing damage, and then he gets +2 for whatchamacallit,
Rage.
for rage. So 6 total.
The other guards are all just like ready to go, waiting for their turns. All right. Next up is going to be the Wendigo. Wendigo is going to take in a huge breath and open up its mouth, and you can see. Well, first let's try to recharge. Let's see if it can recharge that ability.
Wait, does that give me my action to?
It
Oh.
does. It recharges its blast. Okay, and as it's getting ready to exhale, a bliss, you let off your shot.
Bum bum bum. Short bow. 25.
That's a definite hit.
Corpos +8 to hit. Oh, smack daddy.
That's 6 piercing damage.
As you hold the bow out and you're looking down, you look up, point it straight up in the air, compensating for the heavy weight at the end. You release the arrow, goes in, lands directly down its throat, like it's choking, expels this blast, and there's a cloud of just smoke. The flower just erupts into a puff of smoke and fire, and its ability ignites. It goes off, but it reduces its range. So, let's see, by half, so it's 30 feet.
Well, hold on. So my thing was, as he tilts his head up, as he's going for a breath, so that flower, if it hits him as he's trying to breathe in, the flower obstructs him.
Yeah, it's obstructing.
Not when he
It already-
breathes out, but during
I
the
gotcha.
charge. You see what I'm saying?
I
That's what I
gotcha.
was trying to get that.
No, I got you. No, that's exactly what you did.
Got it.
What I was going to end up saying was, so he lets off this last blast because he did recharge the blast at the start of his turn. The range of it was dropped instead of 60 feet, which would have hit you and everybody here over here, to 30 feet. Stop just shy. So it's going to do so long. We're going to see.
Imagine that scene where it's like Michael Scott eating the tiramisu and talking to the boss.
Wait,
46.
Right.
those temporary hit points might have saved his life. He's got 32 hit points.
He needs to make a deck save.
That's right. Crap. I got ahead of myself. I was so close to the sun.
Icarus.
R.I.P.
Saving
maybe.
throw.
X.
Oh, let's go.
So as he exhales this key darkness, Ofra, you take half damage, so you take 23 points of damage. Other guards, they are completely aged out of existence, and you can see that the Wendigo is unable to take a breath and is coughing, trying to cough up the rest of this flower, what's been lodged in his throat. It doesn't appear like it's going to be able to do that attack anymore. Right, next up in the order is going to be Earl.
Oh, Merle is bread and butter, baby. He's going in for a long bow attack. Keep it simple. 26. Holy shit.
Hit.
That's 7 points of damage, and then a d6. That'll be 11 total.
that's a good-
A Babu and the Shepherd were dropped to 0 hit points.
Oh yeah, that's right. They're unconscious. Oh, balls.
Oh.
How does Merle?
Yep,
How does
people not
Merle
doing
want to do
anything?
this?
Oh.
Merle's doing this?
How does Merle want to do this?
Oh man. I think just following suit behind Bliss, he sees that shot, so he takes out his longbow, and longbow's just being, a little bit larger and needing a little bit more stabilization. He gets down on one knee, and just as the kind of shot connects, he breathes that arrow. Meryl sees that weak point just in the side and just right through.
Oh man.
This thing. It just falls clear on its back, and the winding roots and tubers and vines just pull it down deep into the earth. It is completely consumed by the ground, and that the end of combat.
Dude.
Damn.
That was dope.
So just a quick question. You said during this breath attack that these creatures were aged out of existence. How does Ofric look right now? I know he dodged in the same throw, but he took that heat.
Ofrig, so how much health does he have total? What's his total health?
So this is the wild part. It was Jorg's 9 hit points in that area that kept him solely alive. He would have been one-shotted by that. His total hit points is 23. So it is solely the temporary hit points.
Well, let's put it this way. He is swimming in his armor right now. He drops his axe to the ground, and he is barely able to hold himself up. He hasn't turned. His beard is stark white. His face is droopy. His eyes are bloodshot. He is very, very old. Probably like mid-90s old.
Oh my god, and the swords and swords. Woo.
Jorg is running over to Ulfrig, and I pick out a pocket watch and start spinning it backwards in time, and I'm putting a mechanical, like almost like a turn clock they would wind a alarm clock with, like into his armor, and just turning it backwards, casting Spare the Dying.
Okay, I gotcha. Spare the dying.
Wow.
Who's it in the chat?
Um,
Oh yeah, let me do that.
I want to head over
cool.
to. I'll hit Ulfred too, but I want to head over to the shepherd and to a babu and give them 2 good berries each, so that they can at least stabilize. So that'd
So
be
again,
that'd be 4. What?
so you run over. You're Ofrig now. He's just like. He catches his breath. He reaches down and he's able to pick up the axe and hold it in his hand and raise it in the air and let out this holler, this scream, and he's able to walk at least and carry himself. Ababu, as you're getting ready to feed him the good berries, you notice that his skin is translucent. You can see his heart through his chest, just barely beating, clear skin. And then the ornery shepherd, like a tarantula that shed its fur, you just see the chitinous exterior of his skin with rough patches of white hair. His eyes are ghostly white.
Welcome, friends of Hagrid.
Well, I give them 2 good berries each, so that'd be 4 points of health that they'd receive.
Okay. So they take a breath, they sit back up.
Hold on. So I do that to them, and then because they're so bad,
They're stable right now.
I was gonna say I can also, I could also do healing word, but that's only on one creature, right? So I'd have to choose which one to do it to.
Yep.
Okay.
They're also like 90. So
Yeah. So I'll just give them the good berries for right now until figure that out, and then I want to run over and give Orfred 2 good berries as well, so he'll have 4 extra hit points.
Gotcha. So right now, you guys have the lantern, you have Fret, the young tiefling, female tiefling, have an elderly tiefling, an elderly gnome, an elderly bullywug, an elderly spider, and an elderly barbarian, all with you.
Hmm. Well, I take the just having familiarity with my Nord brethren. I can take Ofrig like firemen's carry my arms, just like that. If-
I say we continue on and find the source of this evil.
We still need to find the whereabouts of Hope. I have not given up on trying to get him to be on our side. He's just very misunderstood.
If I was a betting man, I'd say he's in the castle.
Are you sure you're all right? Just need another.
He lifts his axe and he throws it in the palm of his hand. Never better.
All right,
You can
then.
see the shepherd stands up, and you can hear just like the creaking of just like his spider joints, and Babu's all hunched over, and he has his cane, and he's walking with his cane, and a decision needs to be made. Clearly, there's a destination site.
If I could
But is it morally?
if I could interject, I think at this point, Meryl, and you tell me the DM whether this is outside of it, but I think Meryl would step in and say like, hey, you know, this is your fight, you know, like I'm here with you, but I'll watch these elderly. I'll keep them safe, if not lead them back to town.
All right. Suppose I can stay with them and you return. You will return, won't you? Doesn't seem very reassuring.
I think
What was
he's
the
talking
question?
to you.
Sorry,
He's
I
talking to you
didn't-
guys. Well,
Yeah.
I
Oh, yeah.
was just telling Dave what I
Like-
wanted Meryl
Oh.
to say.
Oh well, then I would say you have our assurance that everyone will make it back to town, okay? You just help us with this, and we will make sure.
Right. I'll set up a nice camp here.
I'll help you.
And,
And I help. I can use my wanderer ability to look for fresh food and water. So
Okay.
if there happens to be any bats that we can fry up.
Dude.
You ever had fried bat?
That
It's chicken of the cave.
Dude.
so
and
as you're looking around, go ahead.
Oh,
Everybody.
I was gonna say if they're gonna do like a small camp here, again with my beautiful druid craft, I'm going to make a small campfire. Them.
Hey.
I will
I'm gonna
use
make
some of the,
a walking clock that goes in a 30-foot perimeter of our camp as like an alarm. So if someone crosses that 30-foot barrier, that clock will notify and just alarm clock us up.
And gnome has its uses. Oh my God.
So
We will cook them at an ample temperature.
I will purify the food and drinks.
Yeah, right.
okay. So you guys are
Anyone
starting
want
to set
some
up.
bat soup.
Yeah. Okay. We're gonna be making Constitution saving throws. Bat soup.
I got everyone with the purified food and water. And
All right.
everyone.
Hold on 1 second. I gotta send something over to.
Are we resting?
Yeah, I don't really have like time of the essence kind of deal. Shouldn't we get out of here?
My goal with the Meryl thing was Meryl was suggesting that he could watch over the
Yeah.
elderly.
And we continue on.
Yeah. So
Oh, my bad.
I think we were just kind of helping them.
I
Yeah,
thought we were
no.
resting because
Meryl
I have
started
no
setting up
spell slots.
Meryl's a ranger. He knows how to set up a camp. You're insulting the man if you say he needs help.
Oh,
True.
look at that shite.
So, Merle basically says, "I'll stay back and I'll watch them. Me and there's another guard. We can handle this." And uh, the Guilt, the older tiefling, says, "I'll stay back as well, and Brett shall accompany you."
Let's roll to the castle, right?
Norm butts in. He goes, "Oh, I suppose some older fellows, you can hang around and
I'm gonna
converse."
start walking away now.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Nick, I sent you something in
yeah,
Messenger.
I got it.
All right,
Already
gotcha.
pulled up.
So, all right. So, what are you guys doing?
I guess we're
Before I
Headed to the
leave, and
castle.
this really hates me. Before I leave, because I'm short on like mechanical advantage in battle, so I asked Norm if he has anything that he can help me with. Really don't want to do this, but I'm like, I'm in a pinch. I have nothing else I could use. Is there anything you could give me for battle, Norm?
As Merle is, well, I don't suppose I have anything in particular that'd be able to be of any help. Merle is just like setting up the campsite, and he's kind of like cleaning off the ground, and the Wendigo body, as he moves the Wendigo body, it starts to just kind of decompose into ash, and in that pile of ash is an ornate chest, like about this big, kind of just is resting in the pile of ash.
Yeah.
our keys.
I see this.
I mean, he just think there's something here.
And out of my curiosity, I just scurry over to the chest and investigate further what it is.
You hold it in your hand, and you can see that it's a very ornately made small little chest, like for jewelry, and appears to be locked.
I take out one of my 6 keys and try to open it.
Okay, let's try this. Roll, man. Roll.
Bless your rolls. Get him.
Okay.
One of those had to hit.
None of them hit. I turn to Bliss. I'm like, can you assist me in opening this? I'm just like looking at him.
So
Yeah, get it out of here. And I'm gonna ignore the fact that he was gonna try to think of an insult, but he couldn't.
right, so if you have your thieves tools, you roll d20, add your dex mod and your proficiency bonus.
Ooh. Wouldn't I just roll oh, you can't roll text. Well, I rolled a nat 20.
Okay.
So
So as soon as you slide the tools in, it pops open, and as it pops, you can see that laying on this nice felt-lined bottom are 6 rings.
I'm gonna take all 6 of those rings, hand the empty box back to Yorick, and be like, "Here's your box." And then I'm gonna look at the rings and try to determine what they are. If like there's anything notable about them.
Right, everybody, please
Uh oh.
check.
Ooh, child. Get him.
One ring to rule them all.
Oh, don't even start.
Find
All
them.
of them? Oh shit.
Oh my god.
Rings in
Ring of the Ghost, Ring of 9 Hells.
Ring of deflection, ring of absorption, ring of shielding. Oh my god, dude, we coming in dripping. We got so much drip.
These are dope.
Wow. These are intense. So
And
Alright,
All
so
require attunement.
to be in tune.
So you need to spend close proximity with it over the course of a short rest to attune to them. As a player, you have 3 attunement slots. However you guys want to break this up.
alright, well, since I'm holding these rings, I'm going to hold on, let me just read this one real quick.
wait. All right, so the ring of the ghost makes you invisible. Ring of the
Or
nine
anything you
hells.
touch.
You point your finger, and the creature that damaged you is momentarily surrounded by hellish flames. Sick. Deflection interrupts a creature casting a spell. Absorption is you absorb incoming energy. And ring of shielding is take no damage from magic missile. Or you
Okay,
have a shield
so
spell.
Dave, real
I-
quick,
I have a question.
are we able to tell what these rings can do? Because I don't want to pick just because I know what it is, just because I read this. But does my character
I would
have
say-
any idea?
I would say with the fact that you have as a group, everybody together. You have 2 artificers. You have this tiefling. Like you have plenty of resources, kind of heads to figure out what things are. I would say you guys know. We're not going to have to waste much time figuring out what these things are.
Okay, so since we all know what they are, I'm gonna go to Kashta first because I'm still holding these rings. And hey, like, should we pick according to our strengths, or should we pair it with something that's not our strength?
How many rings are there? 6?
Yeah, it's 6.
I only have the description for 5. I have
Same.
Ghost, 9 Hells, Deflection, Absorption, and Shielding.
Which one doesn't have a description?
Yeah, there's one
The
missing.
6th one.
Yeah, you only have 5 rings up.
Ghost, Hell's, Deflection, Absorption, and Shielding.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I hit the wrong? I only hit DM Dave. I'm sorry. All players. Last one.
The Ring of Air.
As Bliss is deciding, I look in the box he tossed me. And it's like, you forgot one, and I toss him up to it, and then I see if I could take one out of his hands.
Make a sleight of hand check.
No problem. You
No
slimy bastard.
Rolling that 20.
That's 20.
Oh, a handy dandy sheet here says that your passive perception bliss is an 18. So say that you just
I
kinda
wanna
put your hand
hold
down
his-
and kinda shove him back down.
My hand over his head like an older brother would do to a younger brother and be like, nice try, buddy. And I'm going to
Like 2
continue that
minutes.
conversation with Kashta whether or not we should like go with our
Almost
strengths
done.
and add to it more, or go with a new strength to make us stronger. Like, should I keep an invisible ring when I'm already a very stealthy person?
I would respond in character and say, maybe we should divvy up the rings according to our weaknesses and not our strengths. Meaning, I have a low AC, so maybe I would take the shield ring or something like that.
Good idea.
Yeah, I don't know. I can tell you what I'm interested in, and we could go from there.
And
I
with
was
leading
thinking-
it that, I'm just going to take the hellish.
Perhaps we should put it up to the DM's chance.
Ooh, I like that idea too. Wow,
Let's do it.
All right, then how about this? Bliss, you take the rings and you put them all on, and look over at your party members. And you look around, you take them all off, and you put them back in the box, and you shake the box and you hold it out, and you tell everybody, "All right, guess we'll go in a circle." Bliss.
Oh, he doesn't clench his fist, and 50% of us are gone.
Oh yeah, there you go. There you go.
Soul for a soul.
Bliss is going to be 1. Kashta is 2. I guess we'll call Hope or Merle or whoever or Fret be 3. Yep.
Did you guys want to equip the NPC?
How about this? Bliss, we'll leave 1 open. So leave 1 open. So there'll be 1 left in the box at the end. Right, so Bliss 1, Kashta 2, Zula 3, Orin 4, and Yorick 5. I'm gonna roll some dice. First pick. It's 2.
That's me.
It's you.
I can pick anyone I want.
Anyone you want.
Remembering Hope's words to me and his final note, I will take the Ring of the 9 Hells.
Okay, cool.
Fuck yes, dude. Honestly, Kashta, I was fucking hoping you would take that one. I really, for realsies in real life, was hoping you would be the man. Dude, this is good.
Next up is Orin.
Oh shit, it is me? Alright, so since my chief deity is Helm, the patron saint of all guards and protector of those that need protecting, I take the ring of shielding, which invisible barrier of magical force appears and protects you. Until the start of your next turn, you have a +5 bonus to AC, including against the triggering attack, and you take no damage from magic missile.
So, gotcha. Just keep in mind, you guys can swap these over the course of a short rest. So if you don't get something you like, then you guys can always role play it out later. All right. Next one, 3.
I am going to take the ring of absorption.
Oh, okay. Dylan.
Dick, exactly what I wanted. Ring a ghost.
And take your pick of 2. Ring of air.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna be taking both.
Oh, okay.
No one said I couldn't take both, but I'm
I
going
think
to
that's so
put
fitting.
on
That's so fitting.
the
Yeah, I
ring.
like that.
I'm gonna have everyone see me take the ring of deflection, and I'm gonna palm the other one in my hand as I was showing off the deflection ring, and also taking the other one.
Sounds good. All right, so you guys need to attune to these, so they don't get your effects until you spend a short rest with them.
I was gonna say, should we all do a short rest now? Since there's already the camp set up.
Takes an hour.
I need a short rest. I expended every spell slot.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind doing that.
Artificers get them back on a short rest?
Yeah, you don't.
I don't get 1 spell back on a short rest?
Nope. 0.
No,
That's
you don't get any. You have to have a long rest.
Fucking A.
So what are we doing?
I would like to
A long
short rest.
or a short rest?
I get some points back.
I would mind taking a short rest. It's like a short rest where we rest on the rocks and we gather ourselves.
I
How
think
about this? Why don't we just discuss what you guys are lacking in? Because if some of our spellcasters are tapped out,
Yeah, we're gonna have a bad time.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm down for whatever.
All right.
We should
well,
also
then
eat.
maybe-
I don't remember eating anytime today.
I was gonna say we should do like some eating, some like, at the very least a short rest to attune the rings, if not a long rest, so that we could get all of our spells.
we do a long rest or a short rest?
How long is a
Okay.
long rest again?
8 hours.
6 to 8 hours.
8 hours.
And it's like around nighttime now, or what are we looking at?
Yeesh.
Probably.
And I'm gonna tell the group, like, hey, guys, this kind of seems important now, but You know that I didn't have that flower on me by chance. It kind of fell on me, and it came from Hope. Apparently, we need it for dinner, but I don't know what he's talking about.
So you used our dinner to slay the wine cope.
Wendigo.
Yes.
Wine Cope
Not
is
even close.
it's pretty cool. So.
Not even close.
It's like, dude, I like a nice wine cope every once in a while.
He says it with conviction, like it was the actual name. Like,
That's what I
I'm
love
not
We might have
about
to
it.
like retroact. We might have to
I'm
go back.
unsure if that was
the
its
name.
purpose or not. It
All
seems to
right,
help.
guys, we're doing take 2. Run that line back.
All right.
So you used the flower to slay the Wendigo.
It,
The wine cope.
it might not be the best choice for work.
I don't think he slung a 20-pound bag of flour with a single arrow. I think it was like a handful.
Yeah, but I'll pull out
Handkerchief,
the rest of the sack that the guard was holding, and there was a 20-pound sack. And I'll hand out the note that came with it.
And feeling a sense of victory now that the Wendigo's dead, I go and take my crossbow, and I shoot a bat, and I say, just in case, I've got us some dinner.
That's what I was saying. We should not be here longer.
are we eating? Are we resting?
Well,
Are
here's
we
the thing.
taking a breather?
Here's what I think. That we have a dinner date with Hope, and we shouldn't miss it. Honestly,
But a little attunement. I do like the attunement.
well, that's the other thing, is that
And I get my
Must
spell slots
attune.
back.
Yeah, let's
So-
take a short rest.
I was gonna say short rest is like 30 minutes to an hour.
Yeah.
Typically,
Yeah,
on the
short
longer
rest.
side.
At least,
We've already
at the
spent
very
half
least we
that
get
time talking about what we're supposed to be doing.
right.
Yeah.
So let's start resting shortly. I rested my rumpus.
Taking a short rest?
Short or long?
Yes.
I need to know.
God damn it! It's short rest.
I
Do it.
vote for short rest also.
Okay.
Let's
I'm
just
using
hear
a
anxiously.
spell slot then because I only got one left. So I'm going to take a piece of one of the fire logs at the campsite and chuck it into my Eldritch Cannon
Nice.
as a spell slot to make it a flamethrower.
Oh my god.
There we go.
You guys spend your short rest, right? Your short rest?
Yes.
You spend your short rest, you're preparing yourselves, you're cleaning yourselves off, you're getting a bite to eat. You're conditioning everybody to just stand strong and maintain the camp and reassure them that you're going to be back. As you stand up to walk out, another one of those blue portals opens just briefly, and you see this object fly out with a glistening gold ring that almost has like embers on it. One object, a smaller object, and then a piece of paper just kind of like floats down with a pen.
Oh, jeez.
You hear, and they roll into the dirt. You can see just like that glowing kind of like ambery kind of rings on these two objects.
So I immediately go over and I pick up amber rings. Like I look at this
Well,
object.
as you get closer, you see that it's a severed head, and it's the severed head of Hope. You pick it up by one of the horns, and you can see that golden ring is just like this. It's just like hot. Where the neck was severed, just like the hot embers that are just burning around, and then the other object sitting on the ground is a hand, with a feather pen just barely sitting in it. On the ground is that just smoking piece of paper.
I wouldn't pick it up by the horns.
Okay.
I would just be like, "Ah, shit!" Like, as a devout, pious man, like, me saying, "oh shit," is, like, quite out of character. So I, like, see that it's Hope, and I go, "oh shit!" I back up. I'm, like, beside myself.
I would
we-
investigate the paper.
I was gonna say, do we all see this at this point, or are we like kind of coming over like what's going on?
It's up to you.
I want to go over to Orin because I hear him say that.
I would like
So,
to
as you
read
walk
the
over,
paper.
you can look up, and as the portal's closing, you can see a horned figure just walk away as the portal closes.
Uh,
Someone should investigate that.
well, I was gonna say,
Well,
is
to
it-
identify the
Yeah.
horned figure.
Would like
Yeah.
to read the paper.
I will like whoever's identifying. I'd like to give you guidance, because that helps you with
Gotcha.
identification.
It's going to be a hard DC. Let's roll it, Dylan. Investigation check.
Investigation? Bro, I'm really good at investigation.
You get to add a D4 onto
Yeah.
it.
23.
23. Bro. As you look up, you can see just... You second guess yourself. You're like, there's no way that... Is that Hope? No. You kind of shake. You're not sure if what you saw is Hope or not.
Yorig is
Quit
distraught
laughing, you son of a bitch.
and on his knees, just looking at this head right now.
So you see the severed head of Hope on the ground, what you believe to be Hope walking away from this portal.
No bueno.
Do you believe in magic?
Josh, I think you were doing something
No.
too.
Yeah, I
No.
was trying to read this fucking paper.
What it says is you can make out just like really big letters, like scratching letters, just real quick. WIND, and then just like a smudge.
Wendigo?
Wine coat.
When it goes.
Why?
Grab
Wine
the
coat.
wine cope. Oh, dude, that's crazy. So, Hope got his. So another alternate universe. Hope got his shit rocked by the Wendigo. Dude,
Who knows? This is
We don't know.
crazy. Can I investigate the hopeful remains? I do believe we have a hand, a feather, and a head. Okay. Is there anything under the nails of the hand?
Under the nails of the hand, make an investigation check.
I would also like to give you guidance.
Investigation.
You get an extra D4.
Investigation. And the D4.
It doesn't appear as though anything, blood or skin or clothing or any sort of fibers are underneath the fingernails.
You said there was a ring?
Oh, like around his neck.
It was just like
Oh.
it's starting to go out.
Like
It's
it was
just
like
like
cut. Yeah.
something hot and
Like one of those anime
Fiery.
scenes where they slice clean.
Yeah,
through.
yeah.
There we go.
And at this
the
point,
note,
I
the note says WIND, and it looks like he's trying to continue really quick. It looks like it's a singular word, but the rest of it is smudged.
What the F? I don't know what to do with any of this.
At this point, do we notice if the portal fully went out, or is
Oh, it's out.
the
It's gone.
portal's fully out? Okay.
So I ask, in my trauma, in my delirium, Yorick, what did you see? The portal. Ask Yorick what he saw.
I It can't be. Could have been Hope. But it can't be.
It looks like dealing with something that is beyond the scope of human comprehension.
Yet. Beyond human comprehension yet.
So wait. Oh my God.
Dude, that's so funny, dude. Oh, dude, you can't do that at like a scene like that. You can't do it.
I love
So
it. I love that. It's just
So
in
hilarious.
It was
character.
funny.
I forbid it, dude. You can't do that. Dude, you can't.
But that was so funny because that was so character, and the fact that he was like straight faced, like yet.
Son
Oh,
of a
God, you
bitch.
can't do that, Bill.
Comprehension yet.
What the fuck is happening? Orin exclaims.
The older
Oh, yeah.
tiefling says, "Split." That is what happened here. It's the split.
What is the split? What are you saying?
Understand? Someone isn't just corrupted. Everyone thinks that when you're possessed, or when you're corrupted, or your soul becomes dark, goodness is gone. Goodness isn't gone. It must escape. Escapes in different ways. It's compartmentalized deep inside. It is tortured. It's expelled. Rare cases. And good and the evil are an equal match. And the will of the being pulls towards one direction. Like pulling two sides of a magnet together, it does not work. Being will split. Good. Evil.
That's it. That's what we've been encountering. First instance of the portal opening up. Things being tossed out. Now, with Hope's head, it's clear that Hope has become two different people. Something
Must
that is-
must also understand that this is the work of strange magic, ancient magic, fundamental magic of the universe. Magic that only controlled, only allowed to be manipulated at the fingertips of the angels. Observatory. Here. No way. Observatory pulled from Mount Celestia itself down to the prime material plane. I believe it's here. Only one way. What the wardens peer through to pull the good souls into the heavens, where they can watch you across your life, your entire life in an instant. That's how you are judged. Through the observatory. That's what explains flashes and the split and proud. Angels would have retrieved it if they knew where it was. It's bigger than the valley. Shroud. Souls. Oh, they find their ways into the heavens with must vanquish this evil. Must take down the shroud. Must let the angels know where the observatory is. Lantern must make his connection. Draw them to us. Careful as you approach. Now and then and here and now, all the same. Will never be. Have always been. Careful. careful.
Once again, you speak in the tongue of riddles, old man.
You can see he sits down. And he's like looking down at the ground. He's like his eyes are wide. It's like shaky. He kind of looks up at you like he's had this revelation. Like there's no way where if this observatory isn't returned, that is how the angels and the gods judge the character of good beings and escort them into the heavens.
Ah,
They watch through windows, these blue windows.
so it's a stolen window?
An observatory.
What the fuck?
Must go. You just the longer we wait, the worse it's going to be.
All right, I'm going.
Unless
I'm gone.
Already know you're coming.
Well, I'm
See.
coming, all right.
You know how this ends already.
I don't
God's help
accept
you.
that. Don't accept it. We have faced every challenge, bested every obstacle in our path. We forge our own destiny. And while I have found a newfound reverence towards magic in this life, I know that we misfits always do what we can.
If this has already happened, maybe we can let ourselves know how we can avoid what has happened already.
Can we avoid something we don't know?
But you see that it's split, so something has already happened. Yet, we're trying to do a Bill and Ted's moment here.
You know when the Mongols ruled China?
Not that one, the other one.
But how do we even know which head this is? If you possibly saw Hope, we have a head of Hope. Which one do we know is good or evil?
It's all of them. All of them and none of them. Don't you see all the possible permutations of what has been, is now occurring, and what could ever become? It's happening now all at once. It's observatories. There's a way that the gods peer in on our lives. There is something that tells me that Hope is still out there fighting for us, for the Misfits. He's guarding us, he's protecting us, he's doing things for us. I know it.
Gosh, the
We must
pukes.
be wary.
Bleh.
Damn.
Dude, my brain is scrambled. I'm going to pray to the one above all on a little guy. Like, what do we do? What are we doing here? What are you doing?
Honestly, like,
We'll
Orin is
move on and
like...
figure it out.
Yeah. That'd be fine with me.
All right. So if you're all moving on,
Yep.
you say your goodbyes, you shake your hands, and line up, and you begin to walk towards the down this path that's surrounded by this amber cave. And as you on the corner, you can see just the silhouette of this the silhouette cast by this strange light over the castle. The castle is across a deep gorge, and there is a naturally formed rocky bridge that goes to it. This castle's tall. As you approach, you can see that there are zombie guards just like standing at the doors. There's other ones walking in pairs around. There's one giant door with two doors in it, the big archway with the two doors that open in. Enormous. It's probably 20 or 30 feet tall. At the front, it's lined with torches, and you can see the large towers on the side, the main tower in the middle, and it's lined with haphazardly placed bricks and several windows all along the side.
Are any of them blue?
Make a perception check.
Perception.
I give you guidance. Use that cantrip all the time.
Fuck.
Natural 1. You look up, and as far as you... Oh, but still, it's a natural 1.
Oh.
Get some
Plus
dust
a
in
4
my eye.
plus on top
That's a
of that.
4, yeah.
So, you look up, all the windows are for the most part the same, and they all hug the rock face of the cave. There appears to be like lower paths that go on either side of the castle, and you'd be able to be flush with the walls. And you can stop here.
I think that's a good
Yeah, so
idea.
like-
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think we need a
Yeah.
process.
Yeah,
Stop here.
that was a
What do you guys think?
Dude, you got
Starting with, we'll start with Nick, Big T Dog first. We never start with Nick first.
Yeah.
T Dog.
I really enjoyed it. There was a lot of really good narrative exposition here, like in terms of story. I felt like the pacing was pretty good. I love what you're doing with this. I know we kind of conferred and had, talked about what was to come, and we settled out the beginnings. But I love where you're going with this. This is really good.
Just for the record, besides Hope's desire to leave and go with Xerxes, Nick is completely in the dark. Like, I've kept him in the dark for everything. He just gave me full reign for the character. So it's not like we have one sitting amongst you among you that knows what's going on. That's not the case.
That's cool.
But yeah, just it's been just as much of a surprise for him as it is for you. Anything else, Nick?
I just think it's so cool that I'm having this much fun with Hope's arc, and I'm not even playing it. So
Awesome, man.
Yeah.
What was your favorite part of today's session?
dude, the portal, that scene was sick with Hope throwing Hope's head out, and then the exposition afterwards. I was just like in my head, like just the galaxies were aligning and everything. I was like, that was awesome.
What about you, Ash? What was your favorite part?
I have to say the beginning between me and York, and our little dialogue, and going through the trapdoor, and then ending up meeting everyone. I really enjoyed that, and I kind of liked how we did the split scenes in the beginning, and then all kind of came together. Yeah.
Too. I like how there was like a quasi barrier for you guys to progress, where there was like the rope, because what would have ended up happening was if Bliss didn't find the hole, and I was like, damn, I can't believe he's right off the rip. That was just ridiculous. It would have just been flowing water that went out beyond the walls of they would have ended back up outside of the town. That's it. I was surprised. I was like, God damn it! I was like, I can't believe that he got that. But yeah, with the bats, the guano for and then the trapdoor. But all right, Oren, what about you, Nick?
Honestly, I loved getting my jabs into that Wendigo bitch. That freaking Wendigo. I'm so glad that I launched my ice knife into his cranials. And just the pure quantum physics of everything that's happening. I mean, damn, dude, what are you trying to be, Albert Einstein up in this guy
Very
right here?
Bioshock
This
Infinite
is
of you.
This is very, very complex, very gripping material that we have, because like, that's sort of like what I'm seeing is that Hope is somewhere in the infinite corridor, and he's like trying to help us out a little bit. Like there's something going on. So I really am.
Saint Germain.
Yeah,
About-
the Count
about you?
Saint Germain.
What about you, Dill? What was your favorite part?
Oh, dude, I love the fact that it was split up in the beginning. Like we're all in different parts of the maps, and then we all just converge just down to like the main battle of today's session. But I'm still, like Yorick's obviously still trying to figure out like, okay, is there some time aspect going on with like this whole thing, or is it just like this split universe of like good and evil, and trying to like, all right, what universe is gonna take precedence, the bad evil or the good universe? And it's just trying to figure out like, I don't know if you picked up on it, but I was trying to do like the time play, like in Bill and Ted's, we're like, oh, if only we left ourselves like a key to get here later in the future, and like a key pops down. It's like, oh, we got it.
Not quite that.
Yeah.
But you guys will see. You guys should see by the end of the next session what's going on with this. It should be all cleared up. Mikey.
Yeah, man. The dropping Hope's head totally threw me for a loop. Really don't know where this is going, but I mean, Dylan trying to pull the Bill and Ted's thing. It's not a time thing going on, so that would have been my best guess. I honestly have no idea what's going on. And then the fact that I have a bag of flour. Not sure if I was supposed to use it on Wendigo, but it seemed to work. And I don't know if it's still going to serve a purpose, but I'll be lugging this 20-pound sack around, hoping that it comes to something. And if not, I can just hit Hope over the head with it like he did to me.
I'm just fucking around with you.
Your home ec baby.
Oh my god.
What about you, Tim? Favorite part?
Favorite part was Nick Palmer as Orin, basically cursing the Wendigo, and with all of the might of his being, cast Ice Knife. And then we found out that we could twin the spell, so it was just like extra, like, like I don't know. That you said the spirit of your being, and then Nick T was like, "Oh yeah, by the way, you can definitely twin that," which I thought was really cool. Obviously, the Wendigo in like early 2000s, X-Men Wolverine's Revenge was a dope video game, and the Wendigo was one of the hardest bosses in that game. It took me months to get past it. So the Wendigo is one of my favorite creatures. And then just a final note, definitely need some time to process. You took your big DM dick and stuck it right in my ear and scrambled my brain, and I just couldn't make any decisions. I don't know which way is what. I don't know what we're supposed to do. It's just like, oh.
Well, I like how we all went to the castle. We were like, yeah, let's go, but we're all sitting here like, fuck just happened? And Dave like clearly saw it, and he's like, we can just end here.
Yeah, he's like, he did describe something,
like,
and we're like, yeah.
So glad you guys enjoyed it. There should be some clarity in what's going on. Yeah.
Next episode? So when is the next episode?
February 17th.
February
Or is that the-
17th?
17th?
Or is that the one that we had to change? Oh.
I don't remember. We gotta check.
February
TBD.
17th.
Yeah, February 17th.
What was your favorite part, Dave?
Oh, my favorite part was the looks on your faces when you guys were going through the bat cave. As soon as Orin opened his mouth, that was like my favorite part.
Me and my big freaking Nordic mouth, huh?
This way, this way, this way, this way, this way, and then just like
And
the
then-
bullywug just getting shredded like. So that was my favorite part. So just for the Wendigo, I added a breath weapon. I dialed back an adult white dragon's breath weapon. Dialed it back just a tiny bit. and I made the damage necrotic. I gave it an aging effect, right? And it recharged on a roll of a 5 or 6 on a d6. So that's what that was.
I'm so glad none of us got hit by that.
Oh my
Oh,
god,
dude, yeah.
that would have been horrible.
'Cause your age would have increased by years based on the total percentage of your hit point. So like,
Dude,
Yeah.
that's actually like that's insane.
Norm would have died
I'm
like
so-
5 times.
Yeah.
If only. If only.
You just
So-
push him into the way of it.
that's all I
we
got
bring
for
him
you.
back up from the dead, and he's like, science. Science.
I
Oh my god.
guess we shall reconvene on the 17th then, for the epic, hopefully, conclusion of this arc,
Oh my
episode 16.
God.
Bye bye, everybody.
All right, so long.